So we were just sitting here BSing in the middle of these episodes because we're bulk recording right now. So welcome to the Lonely Road. But I thought this topic was too good because we were talking about moving and having to pack shit up and everything else. And it's surreal when you start like actually having things for yourself and it's not just like family things. So in my office, the both my oldest daughter and Bree love building Legos now. Like it's been their thing for a little bit, whether it's Legos or these stupid little resin craft things.
Uh-huh.
And they're just having a blast spending shit tons of money and building dumb fucking things. But I unknowingly did this and I think it's beautiful. So I started like kind of shaping up my office around the time when we started this show. You saw like the Nightmare on Elm Street sign, the
Yeah, yeah.
Jason sign, yeah, and stuff like that. So like I put a little bit of effort into my office. Obviously, this background's a little bit different and doesn't have as much energy behind it, but all the posters and everything are in front of me. But they started making these fucking Legos and stuff and putting them behind me, but nobody really saw them. But without realizing it, like at least consciously, like I didn't consciously make this decision. There is one thing on this top shelf for every single one of my kids and every single part of my family.
Nice. That's nice.
So Bree's favorite movie and piece of content ever is Lilo and Stitch. Like it's her favorite character. It is her thing. So you have a ukulele and like Hawaiian flowers and stuff right here. Then Ava's
Oh.
favorite movie is Moana, and that's the
Mhm.
dumb fucking chicken from Moana. There's two of these fucking things in
I
my house.
love that chicken.
She, for like the first 3 years of her life,
Hey,
she
hey.
thought I wrote "You're Welcome" because every single night we would sing that song together, even when she was a little baby. She
Oh.
thought for some reason I was Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Meanwhile, I'm just the rock of her life. That's all it is. Then we got the Mirror of Erised from Harry Potter, the place where you see all your dreams.
Hmm.
It's funny because it's actually just a mirror. So it's like you are everything that you need to be.
Yeah.
And then you get into Nick, which is I have the house from Fast and the Furious, like the Toretto house with
Hmm.
the like it's a full house. It has like these little mini cars and everything else. If it wasn't in this corner in this wire for this camera, so short, I'd show you. But it has like a little garage and it has Dom's car in it and it has a little Supra for Brian's car. It has like a grill and everything for the backyard. So I opened it up because originally it was the place where my camera was sitting.
Hmm.
And I was like, you know what? Family. So I opened it up and set it all up. And that is now where Joshua's urn is sitting,
In the
is
backyard.
inside the backyard
That's
where
awesome.
family comes to dinner.
Yep.
As you saw a few weeks ago, I posted a video of that exact thing. This is why nobody will be turned away from my table. And it was them all sitting around the table of like just family. And
Hmm.
it's just like, I have fucked myself by getting all of these things because it is going to be a bitch. It's going to be like half the shit's going to be thrown out. You know, for damn sure, once these Legos break, they are not going to fix them. And it's not going to be my job to fix them. But I fucking love it, man. Like we also got this when everything with Joshua passed. But this was like something I wanted as like a teenager for so long because Zelda is my favorite fucking video game series. So I've always wanted an ocarina. His middle name being Link is totally not connected at all.
No, no.
But that his urn's also a heart and totally looks like a heart container. But that's totally not connected at all.
Mm-mm. No.
But no, definitely not. Um,
Nope.
yeah,
Welcome to the Lonely Road.
I just thought it like I don't know. Madison said that the other day. She's like, Dad, why the fuck do you always speak in poems and have meaning behind every single word you say? And I looked at her and said, everything I do has meaning. If I did it, I meant to do it. And if I can't put in enough thought and effort to do it, really didn't matter that much. I was like,
Yeah.
wow, I really have changed. It's like I'm being a dad or a grandpa, and that's fucking weird.
Well, I mean, you evolve as humans. You evolve. There's always a point in somebody's life where you come to a crossroads. There's a point in everybody's life, if you have cognitive wherewithal at all, because some people just don't. Some people are NPCs and they're going to remain NPCs and they just live their life and they have to look perfect and have the perfect life and have the perfect everything. But then there are humans, and realize that we have um, innate needs, and sometimes we don't have people there to meet those needs, and we have to learn how to do it on our own. So there's always that turning point in somebody's life where you kind of grow. Again, if it's not painful, or if you don't feel it, it's not growth. If it's not
Well,
uncomfortable, it's not growth.
it almost feels like, regardless of how it takes them away from you, life will take away the people that are fucking up your life. And I've heard this quote so many times is, if you fuck up, I'm not going to tell you to leave. Life is going to see you the fuck out of here.
We'll leave
It's
it up.
not my job to sit here and remove you completely or take care of this, because if you're supposed to be here, it's not my job to fucking remove you.
Right.
You'll see yourself right the fuck out. Like, if you fucking betray me, if you shit on me, if you make me look like a piece of shit because you need something out of it, shit happens. Whatever. But I promise you, you're not gonna have the same respect and care that I have today. That's how it works.
Karma's an interesting thing. She can be beautiful and she can also be a bitch. So she's a beautiful bitch. It all depends on what you put out into the world. That's what you get back from the world. We've both been in frames of mind where we want certain things in life, and we'll do what we need to do to get them. And how did that work out for us for most cases? If we did it in a nefarious way, it came back to us and bit us right in the fucking ass every single time. And if it hasn't yet, it's going to. But if you put out into the world goodness, and do things in where the moral compass should lie, then you're going to be okay, because karma's going to be beautiful. It works how you
Exactly.
work it.
And it's weird because it's not just like basic morality. It's not just, oh my God, I need to do right by absolutely everything and everyone. It's like you find this out in a weird fucking time in your life. And it really does. It takes everyone away from you. Finding out that you are the only one fighting innately just for you is one of the weirdest fucking surreal feelings in the world, because you'll realize that even your significant other, your kids, your mom, even, those people are still looking out for number one.
Oh, yeah. It's a powerful and deeply human moment that you're talking about right there. The moment that the illusion, someone else coming to save you, it shatters right in front of you. Your whole internal, like inside my chest, I feel a shatter. That's real for me. And nobody's coming to save you. You need to save yourself. You're left staring at your raw truth, which is you. And it's all on you at that point.
Mhm.
You then have to pull yourself up and do it. Terrifying.
Exactly. Like there's so many things that, and I think the first big one that you have is like your parents aren't there when you hit 18. Your parents aren't there when something happens as a teenager or something like that. And like you realize, okay, no, even the people that you portray as like this all loving, you know, love you always kind of person may totally not just hurt themselves to help you. And you'd be selfish to assume that. But it's weird when you finally realize that at 16, 17 years old, of like, oh my God, if I fuck up here, nobody's bailing me out of this. I got this. It's all me.
No, yeah, it can happen at different intervals in your life, and I think it happens to different intervals at your life in different ways to different degrees. Like for me, I guess the first gut punch that I had realizing was when my dad left the family.
Yeah.
And that was earth shattering for me. He was no longer around, and I yearned for my dad. And it, I took it out on my mom when I was very, very little. And it that was the first. And then yeah, you turn 18 and you realize you have a child, or you have to go off to college, or you're on your own. And then it's if you have a parent pass. Um, both of my parents are passed. One of your parents is non-existent. And so
Right.
it's that level of grief and betrayal even. Um,
Yeah, well, that was so big for me, and like as I've said multiple times, I tell things very, very, very face value, and I'm not going to sit here and kick people because I need to kick people. I'm gonna say the story of how it happened. After we had Madison, I still had a year worth of school to graduate,
yeah.
so I grinded my fucking ass off and worked my ass off, and I was a high honor student with a fucking child and everything else, and when mom and the girls left and they moved into the trailer, that didn't make sense to me. And it's still like one to one is kind of like one of those weird things where it's like you realize that you're not the main character, obviously, but like it's one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, I'm starting like family started. Like there's kid here already. I graduated. Can you help us here? Instead of leaving, like, and that's what it felt like. It was like you, this was the thing that you could say, hey, I got you. It's okay. And it felt like it dropped the ball a little bit. And then when we went to, because they ended up emancipating me because I was still 17 at the time, we ended up going to child support court before we left. And I got to go face to face with my dad for the last time that I've seen him. And he told me face to face in the middle of court that he never wanted me. He didn't care, that he never accepted responsibility, and he never wanted me. And I got both of those things back to fucking back. Not because I felt like I deserved the house, but it's like, at some point you kind of want your kids to succeed.
Mhm.
And that like parody of it kind of felt weird to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even trying to look at it as like a shitty 31-year-old man looking back at it, but it hits you in the feels when, everything, every single step, everybody's fighting together.
Yeah, I mean, you have to give credit to yourself,
Mhm.
that in that moment, that precise time of absolute turmoil in your gut and in your world, and feeling like everybody was against you, um, it was the beginning of a strength that you never even knew existed within you.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, you
Absolutely.
weren't you weren't looking. It wasn't something that you could get from an outside validation. You know what I mean? You had to
I had to pull
your
away in
balls
all
had to
honesty.
drop and you had to
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
Like I had the strength enough to graduate high school and take care of my child by myself, but at the same time, I did not have the strength to actually figure out how to do that on an everyday basis. I still didn't for like 3 or 4 years after that. I'm going to be completely fucking transparent, and I could have only done that if I did it by myself. But
Mhm.
at the same time, it's like there is weird little things like that. That's like you could set somebody up instead of like taking something for yourself that is equal to what you have. And those things to me are weird. Like, honestly, it's weird. Like my dad saying, "Oh, why the fuck are you saying that in child support court? What fucking kudos are you getting? You paid me fucking $25 because all you got is disability." And my stepmom stood up and was like, "Yeah, all of our bank accounts are separate. I've never given him a single dime and I will never accept him as my child." Fuck you. Fuck you.
I mean, it's their loss, to be honest. It really is. But I mean, who knew he was going to be such a scumbag? I didn't. Well, I probably did, actually, but your mom didn't at the time, obviously. But that's something that you clawed out from the inner beings of yourself. You clawed out of that situation. You
Yeah.
were pigeonholed, and you were able to, and I did as well. Like when my safety net ripped out from underneath me, I was able to dig fucking deep, and it was fucking painful. But when you come out the other side, when the rebirth happens and it's ugly and it's turmoil, and sometimes you don't even want to be around yourself, but it's sacred, and you don't allow your peace to be brandished. You don't allow it to be stepped over. You then find new boundaries and self-respect that you will not beg for. But you have
Exactly.
that self-respect, you won't even beg for it from yourself.
Yeah, it becomes a really weird place. Like I think a lot of kids now, especially, have that mindset of like, oh well, mom will take care of it. Mom will do it. No, I'm not worried about it.
Yeah.
And it's just like that is what that mindset is. You don't. You just get dropped on your ass,
Oh yeah. Oh
even
yeah.
if it's the little things of like, oh fuck, I have no socks clean today.
Mhm. Yeah.
You slowly realize it, and it's something that you don't really realize, but that's just the start of it.
Yeah. Or it could be as big as your mom took care of everything. All the
Yeah.
car insurance, every car payment, your college tuition, the gas that you needed. You then lose that, and you even go away and you feel like you're on your own, but you're not, because when you need that car repair, who's there?
Yep.
Mom calling. When you need to get bailed out of jail because you fucked up, who's there? Mom, you know? And then you don't, and I didn't feel like I took advantage of that, but I feel like she did that because she wanted to. We talked
Yeah.
about it. We've talked about it. We talked about it many times. And because I was very sensitive about feeling like I was taking advantage of her. Um,
And that's the hard part is like realizing or trying to understand if somebody wants to or they feel like you're a burden and they don't know how to fucking tell you. And it is so hard to help teach and show people that because I'm helping so many people in our circle realize those things. It's
mhm,
like this is you don't sit there and not call and then all of a sudden call and be like, I need something. You should have told me 2 days ago, I have a little bit of this left and it's okay, but I need a little help at some point whenever you're able to. Those two things come across really, really differently. And it's like one of those things, you sound like you're a manipulative asshole because you're demanding something right now and you're making somebody feel bad. And the other one is, hey, I'm trying to be proactive and instead of reactive and I'm trying to help you by asking for help before I need it. So that way we're okay and we can figure it out. And it's just like it's so surreal because I think a lot of those emergency things of like, oh, I have to call this person. Fuck. And you let that phone slip for too long, and then you
mhm.
realize that, hey, they built all of this, and you're just like, wow, well, fuck, where do I fit in? Where am I a part of this? And realizing where their mindset is of like, do they care or are they here because I have to be here? And with your parents, I think that that hits really fucking hard.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it hits really hard when, I mean, when whatever way you feel abandoned, because I mean, clearly you felt abandoned at certain points in your life.
Mhm.
And whether it was through death or through leaving the family, I have also. And so it's a completely different feeling of uh, you thought you had that support, not just even financial or being a spoiled brat or whatever,
Yeah.
it's feeling like you have that emotional support, and not when really the rubber hits the road, and you don't know that you can survive without that person carrying you in whatever way, whether it be emotional or otherwise. And it's really something that you value much more because you've done it yourself. You carry yourself differently after that kind of a a letdown, if you will.
Yeah.
You know.
And I almost think, and I might be overthinking here or overspeaking, and feel free to tell me I'm an asshole and an idiot. I think that this is the reason why a lot of divorces and marriages end. I think this is a lot of reasons why families fall apart, is they don't realize why the person is actually picking up the phone. Do they feel like it's a necessity, like it's my job to, or do they feel like I love this person, I'm going to be there for them regardless?
Well, I mean, that's the whole thing. What's the intent behind it? Are you doing it just so that your wife doesn't bitch when you get home that you didn't message her on your break? Or are you doing it because you're on your break and you're finally away from that computer screen or away from the construction site and you're sitting down with your soda and you can fucking give her a text and say, yo, thinking about you, or, you know, get on FaceTime and say, I have a minute, but I just wanted to say hi. There's a complete difference in the delivery of either one of
Exactly.
those. You know what I mean? And it
Exactly. And it becomes so weird, and you see it with divorces especially. Like, I obviously that's the most exaggerated thing, but like when you go into a divorce and it's a normal divorce, not like my crazy fucking convoluted ass bullshit, and it's like you guys built everything together, you have a bank account and everything that's in that bank account is both of your guys's and it's shared.
Mhm.
Both of you guys honestly earn 50% of that regardless of who made the money and put it in there. If either one of you guys fight for 100%, you're a selfish asshole. It does not matter what your job is. You're a selfish douchebag.
No, I mean, additionally, if you, in my opinion, if you take, yes, I agree with that. Let's stop there. Let me just stop and
Yeah.
say I absolutely agree with that. When you're in a marriage, you give into that marriage the way you give into that marriage. If you're the
Mhm.
homemaker, you're the homemaker. If you're the person
That's
that
your
goes
job.
out and makes the money, you come back and you bring the things that you bring into that marriage, into that marriage, into that household, right? So things go wrong, and or you know, whatever happens, it doesn't matter
Mhm.
what that whatever is, the shit happened. So it happened, it breaks. Yes, 50% of everything is yours. 50% of all the marital assets, 50% of all the bank
Half
accounts,
of that,
50%.
half of that fucking record that's behind you,
Yeah, half
yours.
this fucking record that's behind me, every single one of them, half of them. Half of that globe, even though it was my mother's, you know,
Yeah,
half,
exactly.
you know, I mean, half of everything, to be honest. But the point, it, you, in my opinion, and this is where I'm gonna go
Yeah.
into, I'm gonna absolutely state this as my own opinion. I don't feel as if I have the right to dig in to Sarah's income going forward because our marriage didn't work out.
Going forward, I completely agree. Both of you guys work and interact and add money and everything else. That is how it should be. But like, and I heard this from my boss actually. My boss is super fucking successful and it's had multiple different jobs. He's one of the reasons I am the man I am today, whether it's dumbass fucking YouTube videos at the beginning or working with him and talking with him now. He is one of the reasons I am the dude I am today.
That's cool.
But like, he's like, from the time that I married my wife, she's like, I want to stay home. I'm going to get pregnant. Once she got pregnant, being a mom was her job.
Mhm.
Making sure that house was taken care of was her job. Making sure every single thing that Woody had to do was her job. Whether it was making sure that he was taken care of, that he had steak for breakfast and was brought to him in bed, whether the kids went to homeschool that day, or no matter what, she made sure that he got up, he did his job, he went in the cave that was his office. He sat there and slaved away for 12 hours, came out, and they made millions of dollars together. That is what marriages to me are supposed to be. And he said openly, he said, if Jackie left me tomorrow, no matter what, she will never have to work a day in her life because that is what I promised her. Your words matter
Yeah.
in those aspects. Is like we're coming to a partnership, and I've told Brie, if we ever get to a point where you're able to stay home just like you want to, regardless of if you're working from home or not working,
Mhm.
absolutely. If we can get there. But with everything that's stacked on our back, we have to work right now, and that's what we have to do.
We're going to work towards it.
Yep, exactly. We're working towards it, and that's what you got to do.
Mhm.
But there are certain cases where alimony makes sense, where you've degraded what that person is in the workforce. So now they no longer have the skills and the assets and things that are available for them to do. That's where moving forward makes sense, but not in the majority of cases.
Yeah, it's a very, very slim amount of cases because who cannot, I mean, I understand that you have to do other things, but you have to do other things. I mean, if you're disabled, that's one thing. If you are, I mean, I don't think it's fair. Like, yeah, let's break. Let's take everything we have, sell it, or split it up 50-50. I agree. And in my case, my last marriage, I gave more than 50%.
Mhm.
Um, you know, it was just, I needed to leave. I needed to get out. You know what I mean? And it was whatever she wanted to do with all the things. It was whatever. Because I needed to do what I needed to do. But that was my decision. But what couldn't happen is going forward, I wasn't going to be paying her electric bill. I was in New York. I'm not, don't call me because your electrics do. I'm not going to give you part of my salary because you chose to to stay home and not work. You have two capable hands and 10 capable fucking fingers. You can absolutely work. You don't want to work, you know,
Yep.
and there's a difference. But I don't think that going forward, I would have been very comfortable with giving her any amount of my income if I had been in a good position to do so. It just,
And there's
I
places
don't,
like that where it feels disrespectful. And that was my biggest part, having over $100,000 stolen from me. It's not the amount of money, because I look at it like I don't expect any of that because that's me. I expect nothing. I expected all of the disrespect. Fuck you. But as a whole, honestly, you were entitled to fucking zero, because that's how it should have been. Stealing is stealing,
yeah,
regardless of
no.
when it happens.
The clarity of it all is beautiful.
Exactly.
It's brutal and beautiful. It's a gift, to be honest with you. I mean,
$100,000 leech still brings me to be a positive and better person for every single one of you guys.
yeah, no, it's you're deciding whether you're worthy at that point. You have to validate your own self, and leaving all those outside from somebody who was seeking validation for a very huge portion of her life for whatever reasons I'm haven't really dug into yet. But let's correct it first. So I'm when you're at your rock bottom, whatever that rock bottom might be for yourself, um, you have to come to a realization that at the end of the day, whoever's around you may not be around you. And I'm not saying that they're going to, betray you. I'm saying that, death happens. And grief can take you to a very, very dark place. And when you get to a point that you are at that quicksand pit that you need to get yourself out of, the clarity of it, uh, it matters what you do at that point. Um,
And it's not just death. Like, there is so many
no,
chapters in the book of life that you have.
yeah,
You'll have that best friend that'll be there your entire high school career, and you will never talk to or see again. There will be the best friend that you had for the 3 years that you needed them to be there, and all of a sudden they'll disappear when you stop needing them. You'll have the wife or the significant other that will be there for all of your fucking rock bottoms, but guess what? They don't give a fuck enough to see the top. That's what life is realizing that all of those things are different, and it's okay
hmm,
to just let somebody be the good time friend if
it's
that's what
okay.
they want to be.
Yeah, and once you start validating yourself, it's a validation that nobody can fucking take from you. You have that. It's then once you start validating yourself and you get it ingrained in you, um, just like calling yourself a dumbass, things that you say to yourself are very important. And once you start validating yourself in a positive way, um, it's a whole different ball game, because you look at the world differently.
Yeah, I call myself a dumbass because I was told that I had an ego for being too intelligent. So that's the only way that I can bring myself to a normal level.
I
Otherwise,
mean,
I
yeah,
have an ego, and that's unacceptable.
everybody's got an ego. It just
I know
is
it's just a trauma thing.
Yeah, it's
It's a
just whether it's a little tipped or not. And sometimes, even especially in your teenage years, sometimes the ego over tips until you bring it back to the humility point and figure out what humility is. I'm not saying that that was
oh, I
your
know.
case. I'm saying that in just general terms. Um,
No, I just know I call myself a dumbass and a retard 99% of the time, but it is totally entirely why, because I was told that I was an arrogant, egotistical bastard so much. And that is exactly why, is because I need to retard myself from being that arrogant, egotistical bastard that I was told that I was.
well, I mean, everybody can have their moments of
Yep,
whatever it is. And so you always have to have those things that can keep you in check. And if that's it for you, then that's it for you. But self-deprivation's not it for anybody. So
for a lot of people, yeah.
right. So you have to be able to stand on um, being yourself. You have to
Yeah,
be able to stand on business for yourself before you can stand on it for those around you. Then you have your family and your children if you have children, and straighten up your shoulders, chin up. You got this. You're not
exactly.
alone. It may seem like you're alone sometimes, but you're not completely alone. You can find community.
And I think, especially with divorce and stuff like that, you can see that even if everybody is sort of out for themselves, you can understand why. Like if you go into a divorce and all of a sudden everybody's like me, 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 me. Yeah, I get why you're worried about you. Why the fuck would you worry about me after you say, okay, we're fucking done? Meanwhile, the paperwork's of life. Like that's the craziest thing in the world. We're saying that the contract agreement that we made for life is now ended 2 years after it started, and we're deciding on 50% of nothing now because you stole. And all of a sudden, we're figuring this out because you can't be a human and be honest about what you did. You're so worried about you and how big your asshole is going to be today.
Oh, here comes a consequence, consequence, consequence.
Motherfucker, that mirror looks deep. And guess what? That's why there's a mirror up there, because it looks into your fucking soul.
No, yeah, I mean, finding the spark within yourself. Fuck everybody else. You shouldn't. Don't make your world about somebody else. Pull it, pull it from within. Do what you got to do to get rid of the pain, and sometimes it is clowning somebody. Sometimes you have to get through it with the jokes.
It's looking in a mirror and knowing that no matter if you're looking at the physical appearance of yourself or the emotional, like mental shit that you're looking deep into your fucking soul with, it's that everything is as put together as you possibly can be, or you're working towards it. It's knowing that every single step is better. It's understanding that no matter if your significant other said, yeah, I like you when you're fat, if you don't want to fucking be fat, you don't fucking be fat. You keep fighting. That person doesn't fucking care about you. Keep going. They
Yeah,
don't care.
it's okay. It's okay. It's always going to be okay as long as you can validate yourself, as long as you can pick yourself up from an emotional fall or regulate what's going on eventually. Some things do hit hard. Trust me. It doesn't have to be death. But people grieve in a lot of ways for a lot of different reasons. But if um, you can initially, when you find out that when you get into a spot and you look around and nobody is there, and you pick yourself up from that spot, nobody takes it away from you. That is a whole nother level of feeling. It's a whole nother level of confidence. And I wish that for everybody.
Yep. I hope that every single one of you guys find a time and a place where you can sit on your bed and say, "What the fuck is wrong with me?" It's
Even
a
if you
hard
don't,
fucking question.
it is
It's a
because even
hard
if you don't
question. Do not ask yourself if you're not ready for it. But
really,
when you are ready, it's a good fucking place to start because you uniquely are the person that knows more about your psyche than most people do.
by cleaning up yourself, you're always going to naturally clean up everything around you. So if you have people around you that are detrimental to your being, as long as you start in here, as long as you start with yourself, as long as you start on your betterment path, those people are going to clear themselves out eventually because you're setting those healthy boundaries for yourself. It's going to
And there's a day when you're gonna look in the mirror and say, "Oh fuck, I have to get these skeletons out of my closet." So way somebody with a bigger fucking microphone or a louder fucking megaphone doesn't fucking say them.
yep.
Oh shit, I waited too long.
Stop running. Own it. Yeah, I did that. Yep, I acted that way. Yep, I'm not proud of it. That's okay. That's all building on who you are. I'm disappointed in a lot of fucking things I did when I was younger. A
Guess
lot
what?
of ways that I acted.
That's the lonely fucking road. You're
Mhm.
walking the path by yourself because every single person has their own fucking mentality. The lonely road isn't a fucking road that you're walking through life. It's the road that you're walking through your mind. And you better realize that before you have a big fucking problem. Boys, we are here
That's
standing
okay.
right by your side and making sure you're okay. We will see you fucking next time. Get through that fucking corner and we'll see you around the bend.
Bye.